Let me unmute this time and not mess that up. Hey everybody. All right, I'm just gonna pull this up on my phone just in case we got some chatters who want to talk while we're gonna design some emails today. I mean, one email. I was exploring around a few different brands today and I was like, this one looks kind of fun. So let me real quick bring it up and then yeah, you can just kind of look over my shoulder, see how I do things. If you've been curious about like, okay, how does the process work? Let me mute myself. Okay, so I have it pulled up just in case you guys are chatting, able to see what you're saying. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. And it's gonna be like maybe 30 minutes of designing and having some fun. And hopefully you guys enjoy it and just learn something from it. That'd be great. But hopefully kind of adds a little bit of clarity on like how to design or how I design, and maybe it can help you with your designs. That's my hope. And if you have any questions or any comments or anything, feel free to drop it in the chat. I got an eye on the chat this time. Okay, so the one that I'm thinking of, I found this one on Instagram earlier and I was exploring the website and I was like, okay, there's a lot of cuteness to it that I think is kind of fun that we could play with. And I'm just going to basically work off of their recent launch that they just did. So the brand I'm talking about is called Girlfriend Collective. I hadn't really heard of them before this. So we're going to kind of pull things together. They just did a product launch recently. I'm on the website here. It's cute. It's like a new colorway that just launched, really bright. They have a lot of great images here, which this one's going to be fun to experiment with because I think we can kind of use the Photoshop generative fill to kind of help build this piece of the email. I love this image as well. So we're going to take some pieces and kind of pull it together into an aesthetic and pull it into an email. So this one I'm really drawn to. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, and this is a hack if you ever want to take things from Instagram, you can click inspect and then kind of hover over it. And then if you come over here, let's see if we can get the image. Here we go. Boom. Your image is now taken. Okay, sorry about it. We are going to go ahead and open this up in our Photoshop beta as well. So let's get this one opened. Perfect. So if you missed my last live where we kind of walked through how to use the feature, we're going to kind of do the same thing. So I'm going to expand this a bit more. And because I'm picturing we can maybe have some really cool like text happening here that kind of leads into down at the bottom, or the opposite could happen actually, where text is at the bottom near their feet. So we'll go with this for now. We'll see if the AI can handle it. Okay, that looks much better. We'll go with that for now. Let's experiment with that. So I'm going to export that. Save that. So back in, let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys can't see my Photoshop. Oh my Lord. Okay, sorry about that. Hold on. Let me new share. I should be sharing my entire desktop with you guys. There we go. So in Photoshop, all I did was open up the entire image and then I expanded it like so, and then did the AI fill on this section here. And this is what it filled it in at. So you can see here are, let me get rid of my selection. Some of the options it gave me that weren't so great. This one's not so great. This one, not bad. So that's the one I'm exporting and putting in to my design. So I'm over in Figma. And I am going to go ahead and pull in the image, the expanded one here. All right, so we got that one pulled in. So I'm just picturing we could have kind of like a really like badass intro here, which means I might have to expand this a bit more because I don't want this to be too like giant in the email, but this could work. Let's go ahead and put that one back. I don't have a white logo of theirs, so we'll see how it works. Pulling that piece together. So with this particular launch that they did, reintroducing citrine, bright gold, reminds us that we're all winners, something cute like that. Okay, this is a cute one as well. That's really cute. Could potentially pull that in. Let's see. Images, video. Ooh, I really like. Ooh, this is cute. We could maybe really play off of this, doing almost like this line kind of pull in the email. So citrine being, I think, the colorway, right? Or it might be the top. And then pansy being the pants potentially. So let's see. We'll leave this for now. What I'm going to do, actually, let's go ahead and throw in some Lorem Ipsum. Zoom in a bit. I'm going to make this larger, bold. We got to figure out what their fonts are, and then I'll kind of plug that in from there. But there could be a cute headline there. And then let's see, going into their other images, I'm totally going to take the vibes from that one and pull it in. But let's see, back to our launch here. Inspect, I just want the full width version of this one. We're gonna save. Back to our Figma board. Put that in. Okay, let's increase our frame down. Let's see. Citrine. Now let's look on their product page. Citrine Paloma. I want to grab, so I have this like color picking tool here. And I just want to grab this exact shade that they're referring to. And I'm going to save that. Just so I have it as a reference, I'm just going to put over a shape right here and paste that in. So now I have that colorway ready to kind of grab onto. Let's see. That is really like, I don't know why I'm obsessed with this picture. I think it's a really cool one. So we got that one there. There was another one that I was really drawn to. Was it this other one here? Potentially. Let me make sure they don't have any other like feature images to work from. Like this one. Again, let me inspect. See if I can take this image before it changes. Let's see. Might not be able to take this particular image out because it's just in like a rotating thing, which can be just like so annoying. There it is. Boom. Save. Ooh, I wonder if this could be our feature instead. Potentially. Okay. All right, we're pulling in some assets. Let's pull this one in. We'll see. Got this one. Got 3. Okay, what if we did this one? Kind of like it in white. All right. Okay, so I want to play with this piece here. We'll figure out the header a bit more. I kind of want to play with what that lead-in could be. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a bit of some shaping here. So I'm going to pull in ellipses, ellipse, whatever, a circle. And we're going to make it white. And I'm going to pull that down into the frame and just create a little bit of something interesting when it comes to like the image ending. I really like to do that to kind of have the transition be a bit more seamless than being like so like all of a sudden there. So let's pull this down. Let's grab our yellow color and let's pull this up. So I think we could have some type of title here. We'll figure out what that is. The yellow might be too much. We're going to see. Excuse me, by the way. I personally love doing like what I call a title and then a mini title. But, oh, I got to pull in their fonts. But something in like a lighter tone here. Let's pull that down to like 27. And then having like a larger title above it. So this is like an accent and then filling into a bigger piece there that's like a lead-in, right? So let's say we end up having this image here. Don't like the leg being cut off. We could potentially go back to the new. Oh my gosh, they have so many new things. Wait. Go back. We go back and back. So let's take this because we could go straight into some product highlights. But what could be fun actually is taking this rectangle and putting that behind this and kind of doing like almost kind of like it's popping out a bit. We'll see. But then let's play with the actual look I was digging, which was doing these lines that are kind of extending out. So we're increasing the size. That might be too large. And then two, let me look at that. They kind of do like these square pieces, which I really like. I've never really done that before. So let's do another one. Actually, let's pull this one out further. For now, might play with it. Actually, we could just go ahead and do a rectangle shape. We'll do no fill and just make it a stroke of 2 so it matches. And then could have it go almost like that. Pulling up like that potentially. And then having this piece pull in a bit shorter. Grabbing our pen tool. Oh gosh, getting this aligned might be a pain. Let me see if I can just go ahead and grab and then pin. There are probably so many smarter ways to have this clip into each other. But we're going to go with that for now and see how that looks. Probably tons of other ways to make this 1,000 times cleaner, but I'm doing it the manual way. It's fine. There we go. So we could say with our text, so if we grab this title here, pull this over, make this black, and then this is the Citrus Paloma Razor Bra. Razorback Bra, Citrine. Okay, I was just making sure, like, was this called something actually technically different? So say we'll put that in there. Like so. And then with us doing that, I might move this. It could almost touch the side completely. Then let's move that in more. Paloma Razorback. So potentially kind of doing a bit of the shaping thing like it was doing. We'll play with it a bit more. Pull this one down. Maybe that one could be kind of off center a tad. Let's duplicate. And then rotate. Pull that down. This might need to change in sizing, so it's just not all the same. Let's see, I want this to be 90 degrees exactly. There we go. And this one as well, 90 degrees exactly. And then we'll zoom in. That in. Of course, this is wanting to be pixel perfect. which is not easy to do. What are we at? Flipping, let's see, 43, 42. I need 42.5. Will it let me do that? No, it won't. X 1658, 1658. Oh, of course, this is going to be an absolute pain. There we go. Hello. Okay. Say we do something like that. We have our razorback bra. And then we say here that we have our shorts, which are, what are these shorts? I'm sure I can find them. Go back, not that far back. There we go. Compression pocket running shorts. Once you actually just thinking this through as well, because when you're designing, you really should think about like, once I export this, how do I link this if it's like all images basically, right? How do we remove that? Almost like that. Oh, and I want to make this, okay, now I'm like nitpicking my design. Hold on. I want to move this like so. And nah, potentially, no, I don't like that. I just don't like how far away it is. It's kind of a bit far away, but it's fine. When you go to export this, like say you're plugging it into Klaviyo, what I would end up doing is when I do my slices here, I would slice it there, and then I would slice it here. And then that way you could hyperlink this first slice to go to the bra and the second slice to go to the running short. So that's how I would slice that one up. If you're wondering like, how the heck am I going to hyperlink this thing to go to the right bra? That would be how I do it. Let's make this black here. Okay. And then let's say we have our piece up here. We could honestly kind of duplicate this style into the next one we want to feature. Maybe instead, what would be great is if we can get more of a different look. So if we can find an image that fits more of like a square to it. Let's see. Because I think there is a really cute skirt we can maybe pull from. Let's see. Oh, the dress actually could work, but that might be hard to crop into a section. So instead, let's go for the skirt for now. Let's see, what other images do we have? The sideways view could be kind of interesting. Let's grab that. Pull that in. And then I'm just holding down, I am on a MacBook right now, but I'm holding down Shift to scale things without hindering the like ratio. I'm just going to crop this like so. I was holding down Command to do that. I'm just going to scale this up a bit more. To the left. Boom. Yeah, and let's say we do this piece here. Grab it. Let's pull this down. Move that up. I don't want to like put this right on her butt or crotch area. So I'm trying to respectfully put this somewhere that makes sense. There we go. And then we say that this is the weekend wrap skirt. These are so cute. I'm actually like, I don't know. I think they're really cute. Could make that one line, but I kind of like it being two lines like that. Two. And then I think we can round it out with let's bring a third one down here. Let's lengthen our email. It's up to you if you really want to add in like multiple pieces. I like working in rules of thirds so you can have the multiple pieces that you can feature. So let's grab one more. What could be our last one? I think actually the dress could be cute. So grab the dress. Ooh, well, featuring the pockets is really cool. That's another fun thing that you can actually do. Like say we do let's actually play with it. Let's grab the dress. This doesn't really match necessarily the aesthetic we're currently doing with the email, but building out almost like pop-outs of the image to kind of showcase hidden features almost. I just want to match the sizing of these ones as close as possible. There we go. But imagine we did almost like I said, like a pop-out of this feature. It could kind of almost live like sideways of it off to the side. I mean, could this work? Say if we did grab this and then did do, this might be way too much. But if we're keeping the same kind of motif, and then this is above our back image, that could technically work. I don't hate that, actually. So this could be a way to kind of showcase another piece. Maybe this can even kind of pop out that way. Yeah, that way. That could be a thing. I mean, it kind of really shows the different features in there, which I like. With the dress, let's pull this forward. And you know what I'm interested in doing is moving this maybe potentially even like there, because I would like this to go like this. Let's kind of rotate -90 degrees. I might have to rebuild the section. Let's see. But I basically would like this to be here-ish, potentially. So what if we move this one? Okay. And then zoom out so I can see what I'm doing. Like so, right at 90 degrees. And then let's copy it, make one more little piece here. I need this to be 180. So it's even. Whoops, not right whatsoever. Okay, delete. 180. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see me editing that. Let's move this in. Snapped in with no issues. Thank goodness. We'll go like that. This one, let's make a little bit shorter. Actually, might just kill it. Do like this. And then I do like this. Pull it down. There we go. And then let's name that one Paloma Razor Back Dress. Beautiful. So kind of one version that we're working with here, where we have kind of these breakouts happening. We're kind of carrying the motif that we found in their Instagram here with the different connections. It's cute. It's kind of boxy. I mean, if we wanted to carry that same motif into the emails, that is how kind of I would picture almost doing it. We have the squares. We have kind of a pop out happening at the back just to kind of give it a bit more of an interesting look to it. Pull that one out a bit further too. And we added in this extra little feature pocket piece. Doesn't have to be there, but kind of adds a little extraness to it. And then what we can do, if we wanted to close out the email, which the one thing we have not included yet is call to actions, which we will add in. But let's say we want to move this here, move this up. I want this to be below that stuff, but above this thing. Okay, there we go. We could have like a really cute call out at the bottom here as well. Again, move that up. Could have something right there to kind of be like a punch to it. So let's see on their website, what do their buttons look like? We have lime green rounded buttons. So to build our buttons here, I think we're not going to do the lime green just to kind of keep it cohesive, but we can come in with a rectangle here. and curl the edges. It seemed like it was a full, like what they call like a pill button, where it is like rounded all the way. Do our color here. I think we could do a final call off here, which we could add in more details, but say this isn't, maybe this is like a supporting reminder email and we just want to add in just basically just feature a few of the products. Like don't overcomplicate your email sometimes. I mean, there are opportunity to just get content in front of your subscribers and not try to be like, this is how this works. And it's made with this quality and it does this. And da, da, da. Sometimes they just need to just see some products, see some things called out, go from there. Like technically what you could do is put the value propositions here too. So with this bra here, you could even say mesh material, breathable, comes in certain amount of sizes or something like that. Like these could be the values, and say like with this pocket, do a highlight there, talk about the pocket. Why is it so great? Go here, maybe make that white and much smaller. Say we have call to action here, and let's also put one of our pill buttons up at the top. You always want to make sure your call to action is hanging out at the top somewhere. You don't always have to have one. As you can see, this one is kind of giant. It's going to take up quite a bit of room. So maybe in this instance, we just kind of keep it really simplified. And then, you know, there could be a call to action right here. But honestly, I'm feeling it being a bit low maintenance and not having that call to action. At least we're giving them something to see up at the top. It doesn't always have to be a button hanging right at the top of your email. As long as we're just telling them something, they open this, they get a bit of a glimpse, that can be enough as well. So let's go back to Citrine. So let's see on social, what did they talk about? It's returning. Okay, so that could be, actually they kind of had something cute of like going for the gold, because this is like their gold line. I am not having their brand fonts right now. So let's see, what is their font? Let me open this. This definitely seems like more of a custom font, so we might be out of luck there. Let's see, AKZ. Let's see if it is in here. AKZ? Nope. Oh my gosh, did Figma finally release previews? That's crazy. So originally in Figma, you couldn't do previews of how your stuff was going to look as far as picking fonts. So that made it really annoying. But let's say we end up having something like going for the gold here, something kind of cute. We could even do a bit of like, have the gold almost be popping out here. It could be actually behind it. Something potentially like that. So maybe going for the gold. I think it'd be better to have their actual like brand fonts in this and have their actual logo. I just have this one I grabbed from their website. But this is, I mean, just kind of a quick run through of putting together a real fast email. I think this could be a like clever piece here. I don't even know, like voted by you, it's back, something cute. I'm sure they have cute things here of like stuff that they've already done. Reintroducing Citrine is actually kind of cute to have. We had that piece there. Something kind of like that, maybe. Wait, let me grab. Now I'm like messing with it. Maybe to center it or something like that. Or it could even go here. And then this could be going for the gold, you know, and then saying like, your fave is back. I don't know, something kind of like that to kind of be a little tongue in cheek, be something kind of cutesy clever. That is what can maybe kind of go in through here before it goes into their, you know, the colorways and the different options it comes into. Okay, that was it, guys. I just want to do like a quick live, just showing you, going through my thought process. I had nothing prepared besides seeing the brand on social and being like, hey, let me make an example email real quick. I don't know, how long have we been live? About 30 minutes. So that was coming up with an initial draft in about 30 minutes or so. So hopefully kind of helpful, looking over my shoulder and seeing me design some of those email pieces. So drop in the comments if there's anything you guys want to see in the next live. But until then, I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.